Want to make sure my volume's up here. Hi, everyone. How are you? Welcome to week 13. We are so close to being completed with this course. I can't even believe that it's happening. This week is actually a pretty exciting week because it has to do with note-taking and writing in the content area. And some of these articles and resources that I've shared with you today are some of my own personal favorites. One of them was even something that I created as a guide for my students. So for your essential understanding for this week, it's really what is the role of writing in your content area? And then also what effective note-taking strategies are there to help your students learn? I know that a lot of times we provide our students with guided notes or slotted notes. And I like that and all, but the problem is as the students progress through their educational careers, and especially if they make it to college, those slotted notes and those guided notes aren't available anymore. So students really do need to be exposed to a lot of different note-taking strategies so that they can find something that works for them. So I have, for the readings, I have a guide here that actually I created, and you're going to click on this, and you're going to see a file that's eventually will pop up. All right, it goes like this. So it says external, you just click on this link like we've been doing all semester. And you'll see here that it's basically cover pages for note-taking. And this was a resource that I provided with my students. So over the course of the first semester, it was actually like end of first semester, beginning second semester, I went through and I explicitly taught my students different note-taking strategies because I recognized that if I did not do it, I wasn't sure when it was going to happen. Okay, and you have to keep in mind whatever note-taking strategy you expose your students to, make sure you talk about why it works and give them a chance to practice it in a low stakes setting. And then tailor that to the students and their needs. So I started off with a double entry journal because this is the one that they were using a lot in their content classes. And I showed them different versions and we practiced it. Sketch notes, I did a mini lesson on sketchnoting and provided them with this cover page so they had different options there. Obviously mind mapping, okay, and that really goes through different components. It's not just a spider web, there are things that they need to do with it. And then the ICQs, which are images, captions, quotes, or questions. So I went through and I explicitly taught content using all of these, each of these. And the students at the end of that module would then reflect on, I used double entry journals for this particular piece. Here's what worked, here's what didn't work, here is how it affected me as a student and impacted my learning. So you always want students to reflect on their note-taking too. It's not just something that they should just blindly go through. As a high school student, I was explicitly taught the Cornell method of taking notes. And that worked for me, but I can also see that it probably didn't work for a few of my classmates. So when you go through and you talk about note-taking strategies, you want to make sure that you are showing them these tools, not for the sake of your class, but for the sake of themselves, learning about themselves as learners and what works for them and what doesn't. Everyone loves the idea of sketch notes, but it's not always effective for everybody, right? So you want to make sure that you're explicitly using these within your class and then giving the students an opportunity to reflect on what works for them and what doesn't. Okay. Another resource that I have here, let's see if it takes me back. Of course not. Is an article that I found online of how to take notes in class. And I thought this was pretty useful for our kids. Again, it's going to take you to an external link, and there's a video, but I don't have time to watch videos, so I just scroll down and the structured outline gives you examples, another form of mind map, and it goes through all the different things. So I thought that was a useful article for you as well. And then we have writing to learn assessments, which is an article on how to use writing in your content areas, and then also redefined. And then you know that I love Jennifer Gonzalez, so I included her kind of like mini tutorial. It's also a podcast, which is kind of nice. So if you are in the car and you want to listen to it instead of read it, it is also there as well. So of course my computer is being really obnoxious today, so I just won't worry about that. For this week, you have your literacy lesson due Sunday. Okay, it's kind of nice. You get it out of the way before Thanksgiving break. So I went through here. It's a sample template. You don't have to use this, but I found it was pretty straightforward. And the biggest piece here is that rationale of why you did the things that you did. Okay. I should see somewhere instructional technology. I should see some sort of students talking, because an effective lesson has the kids interacting with each other, not just sitting and reading and doing nothing. Sorry, they are doing something, but in order to really solidify and take it to a deeper level of understanding, you do need to have the kids talk to each other. Okay, so how are you building their background knowledge? Okay, that's the before reading procedure. What are you doing during the reading? How are the kids annotating, or how are they bringing themselves into the text? Okay, and then for the post reading, how are they showing that they've gotten something from the reading? Okay. The closure activity could take a variety of forms. It's up to you. But really, these pieces here, like you have a text that you've selected. How are you building their background knowledge? What are they doing during the reading process and the learning process? How are you having them show that they've learned or understood the activities? Obviously, the closure. And then any vocab, pull out those essential vocab terms from the article. What discussion strategies are you going to use? And then what instructional technology? And again, the rationale is the biggest piece in terms of you're showing me why you made the decisions that you've made. Okay. So sorry that the Jennifer Gonzalez thing isn't loading. It's the story of my life this week, I guess. So everything should be uploaded to the literacy lesson should be uploaded to week 13. So you'll open that up and that will be posted there. Okay. Add 2 note-taking strategies to your strategy portfolio. So you have this resource and this resource there. And then December 1st, your strategy portfolios are due. If you have any questions, you can email me. I have office hours both today, which is Monday, 2:30 to 4:30. I have office hours Wednesday, 2:30 to 4:30. So you can reach out at any time or simply email. I think you also have my phone number. I did have somebody use that feature this past week, so that's great. Texting is pretty fast for me unless I have something going on, but I can always call back as well. So I hope you're having a great week. Can't believe we have literally 2 weeks left and that's it. I'm really excited for you guys, and I'm so excited to see and hear from all of you who are going to take the class. It's part 2's class next semester. Oh, forgot. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have our strategy portfolio collaborative work session at the library, 10 to noon. So I'll be here if you want to join forces and work together. That's great. All right, hugs and kisses. Have a great week.